Yo, I just wanted to make this video today to remind you that it is okay to rest. It is okay to take time off and relax and not feel this internal pressure to always be productive, to always be on, to always be working, to always be trying to make an extra dollar or trying to, you know what I mean, fill your day with doing tasks just to be busy, just to feel productive. And this is something that I've been, going through in my life, really. And like working all day. I went from like working all day to just feeling completely burnt out, tired, just can't keep going. Even the gym, which keep in mind, I love the gym. I absolutely love going to the gym. I love it. But it's like right now, I don't even have the motivation to go to the gym. I can't even, not even the motivation. I want to go to the gym, but I don't have the energy to go. Now, obviously, I still go because I'm very disciplined and I know what my goals are. My goal is to get in the best shape of my life and, bulk up, right? But I still lack this internal sense of drive to get to the gym. And I think it's because of burnout, just doing too much. I think that we need to we really need to normalize chilling out, just relaxing. I'm not saying to not be productive and be a bum and be lazy, right? I'm saying that, man, if you've been working 7 days a week, man, it's all right to take some days off, bro. It's okay to take some days off, especially if you deal with poor mental health or you're on the spectrum or you struggle with depression and anxiety. What the world tries to do, the world tells you that you need to push through it. You need to just keep on going. You need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and ignore the pain, ignore your depression, ignore your anxiety, and everything will be all right. That's what they tell you. I've literally heard things like, oh, I'm going to be sad either way. So I'd rather just, lock in and be sad than to not lock in and be sad. And that's honestly, and I used to literally believe in that. I used to literally stand by that. Now that I look back on that, I realize how absurd that is, how much that doesn't make sense. Maybe in the neurotypical world, if you have brilliant, great mental health and you take care of yourself. But even then, that's just so depressing, bro. You got to take care of yourself, bro. You can't lock in at the expense of your health, at the expense of your mental. A lot of people, they don't care about the mental. They don't care about, what's going on inside. What a lot of people do is they think that they're being productive when they're not. I'm telling you, if you're tired, if you don't have the energy, bro, please, bro, take a break. Stop trying to push through it. You want to know if you keep trying to push through it, you don't take a break, you're going to be forced to take a break when you encounter some type of illness. Too many people fantasize about this hustle culture and literally working until there's no end. Now, by any means, I'm not saying to be lazy, and I'm all for hard work, right? Being a hardworking man and just being disciplined and being on your grind. I'm all for that. But there's some times when you need to take a break. You need to relax. You need to rest. And when I say rest, I don't mean play video games. I don't mean watch Netflix. I don't mean watch anime. And You know, there's no judgment because I literally be watching Netflix almost every single night. But when I say rest, I mean like do things like meditate, just sleep, journal, read, take a walk, rest, bro. Just rest. Because look, you only get one life and you only got one body. You got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your mind. A lot of people, they don't even, 'cause I get it. You know what I'm saying? We live in a world where you have to survive, where you have, like, you eat what you kill. All you can do is grind and grind and grind. There's so much anxiety, internal pressure to grind and grind and grind. But doing that, you know what I'm saying? That's like trying to drive a car when you know you need an oil change. Take some rest, brother. Just rest. Recover. And then you come back stronger, just like at the gym. You don't keep training and training and training. You got to take time off. You got to have a rest day. You got to have recovery. You don't just, that's how muscle is built. Muscle is built outside of the gym. You work out, you lift heavy, you train intensely, and then you recover. Then you rest. You don't just keep going to the gym. That's when you come back stronger. So if you're working and working and working, but you don't rest, you don't recover, you don't ever come back stronger. You don't give your body and your mind any chance to rejuvenate and to, and I need to take my own advice because I've been working a whole lot, man. I've been grinding. Even like, go have like what I like to do sometimes is go to the lake and just, relax, clear my mind. Hopefully if there's nobody there, it's even better because like everybody be yapping and talking and just, but I love nature. Go out in nature. That always resets my mind. And you got to also keep in mind that when you're in these periods of low energy, I make videos on this too, how to overcome low energy and all that once I 100% figure it out. But when you're in this state of low energy and you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't feel like you're being productive, you feel like you need to rest, keep in mind it's not a character flaw. It's not a moral thing. It doesn't mean you're lazy, you're not weak, you're not, you are just human and you need a break. You need time. So that's why I'm like very grateful. I'm like very fortunate and grateful that I have the ability to take time off, to take a break when I need to. Because I've built that for myself. You know what I mean? You got to make responsible choices with your finances so that when you need to take a break, you can, and you don't feel guilty for it. A lot of people just work, and I'm telling you, that's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Instead of working and like being so obsessed with money and being, honestly, it's desperation, really. If you showing that to a woman, you know what I mean? She won't even look your way. Same thing with money. You being desperate for money, you chasing money is running from you and you're not getting it. A lot of people who chase money, they're still broke. They don't ever have enough. So believe me when I say you need to chill, you need to relax, take your time with this stuff, and just live your life. In a healthy way, of course. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I've been going through, honestly. Just tired. Just like, oh man. But I think, you just gotta rest, man. Some people don't have the option to take a rest, to take a break, to relax for like a day or two. You know what I mean? So if you do have the option to do that, then you don't know how blessed you really are. You don't know how good you got it, brother. Yep. All right, man. That's it for this video, man. So I'm gonna try to get back being consistent with posting on YouTube and stuff like that. But in the meantime, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the video. My name's Raheem the coach, Raheem the GOAT. Never give up. Your younger selves rooting for you. Peace.